Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Simon and we are the Whales of Wall Street. Today I've got this awesome little project here called Alchemy Pay, ACH on the exchange, available on Coinbase Exchange, Huobi Global, still can't say it right, and Gate.io, mainly on USDT pairing, but you can also get it on ETH and USD directly on the various relative platforms. So guys, this one I'm bringing to the attention because we did an Elrond update video quite recently, if not yesterday, around the partnership of Alchemy Pay. And to be honest, I did know about Alchemy Pay, but I didn't realize how big it was. And we will also go into the chart directly after the brief intro to explain a 16,000% gain within like 2 or 3 month period, which is absolutely mental. So guys, let's go into this project. So Alchemy Pay is very much an integrated payment system that is accessible by over 65 countries and regions worldwide, and allowing over 300 fiat and crypto payment channels. Okay, so this isn't a system that you would buy really unless you are a business or a sole trader or something like this. Okay, the ACH token is different, so we'll talk about that in a second. I want to talk about the project first. Okay, so this is very much around the DeFi services that you kind of expect these days in wallets and as payment structures within crypto. Okay, so there's multiple avenues that this can go down, particularly around investments. Of course, it's got the blockchain features now, as we mentioned with Elrond, so about the smart contracts, know your customer, the speed, the transaction, reductions, etc., all of that cool stuff. And we'll go into a couple of the reasons why this is such an applicable solution to many businesses out there. So yeah, as you can see here, many partnerships, including QFPay, Shopify, the likes of Binance as well, Gate.io and Huobi as well, just from the exchange perspectives, but also helping each other develop this program even further. I'm sure along the way that you will use Alchemy Pay perhaps in the background for payments via some of these exchanges, because a lot of these exchanges use different kind of services. Alchemy Pay is of course utilizing an ACH token to potentially bring that transaction fee down even further. But of course, generally most of these exchanges have their own, like BNB, etc. But we'll look at that link as well in a second. And in the near future, of course, we'll have even bigger partnerships with the likes of being able to use this process via payments on Amazon, through Google Pay and things like PayPal as well. So keep an eye on this one, guys, because this is phenomenal. And when we go to the chart, obviously we'll indicate the price points and what we're looking at towards that aspect as well. And also, just in general, these guys now apply to over 3,000 businesses, which doesn't sound a lot if you think about it worldwide, but actually it is based on how young it is. I think it founded in 2018, so it's still quite new. The awareness campaigns are still going, but the fact that these guys have got these partnerships now and the ones that I've just mentioned coming up soon in terms of usability is really phenomenal. And on that point, let's go into that. So enabling digital payments around the world. So just a few to pick out here. Over 1 million online merchants obviously use Shopify. Now this process of Alchemy Pay is allowing people using Shopify platforms to build their business, allowing payment structures within using Alchemy Pay. Binance, as I mentioned as well, utilizing the BNB and BUSD more as well. So allowing payments to be used through Alchemy. Again, access to over 3,000 Alchemy merchants now being able to accept that. The point I'm making here, guys, is we're talking about adoption. The actual simplicity of it, really, of adoption is quite amazing, because it all takes just one piece of technology and project like this. And there's obviously multiple ones, multiple different wallets and things like this out there now. But this one in particular I really like because of the different aspects of solution it provides. We'll go into that in a minute. But I just think it's amazing to link all these partners, to link all these cryptos via fiat. You've essentially just got the entire bridge organized in one system. And I'm so amazed, like, this isn't more known, in my opinion. I'm sure there's loads of people out there and loads of people interested in the video that knew about it ages ago. Fantastic. I've only really been accustomed to this in the last 24 hours. I knew of it, and I knew of its practicalities, but I had no idea really how big it was. And that's what I love about this space. You learn every day. I try and do a video and then I end up doing 3 more because I found out something new. So I need to sleep one day, but we'll wait until we've become a whale. So yeah, big things going on in other countries as well. And QFPay is absolutely gigantic payments partner. So that's pretty much taken a lot of the Asian market. So over 1.2 million merchants. So this is phenomenal. So when they're talking about all these countries they're involved with and 3,000 businesses, of course, this is their market. And that's just one merchant opportunity. I'm sure they use other ones as well. And of course, we've got traditional systems like the Visa, MasterCard, Sage. You've got PayPal and all these things. This is going to take over. There's no doubt about it. It's phenomenal. I've obviously seen PayPal reacting to this kind of thing with their own aspects of being able to utilize crypto payment via PayPal now, and we've just launched that in the UK as the last few days. So it's all kicking off, guys. Really great and exciting space to be in. And then a couple of bits and pieces here. So loads of different communication channels that you can use with that as well. And we'll also talk a bit about this element of what's so interesting about Alchemy in the back end. So zero blockchain confirmations is absolutely phenomenal. So this is taking away some really perhaps lagging and latency within transactions. This here, again, confirming that zero confirmation and other longer block time crypto can be expedited into seconds with anti-fraud technology. Absolutely brilliant. So it's really adopting as well i.e. the traditional blockchain methods and taking those into a faster, more secure and efficient way of payment structure and utilization of blockchain, which is fantastic. So the Lightning Network is obviously a phenomenal piece of kit as well. To integrate with that. And of course, this is about risk management. Secure smart contracts is a very important part of transactions now. So obviously, when you have a transaction on blockchain, you can't change it, you can't manipulate it, it's there forever, but you can also follow that transaction. But with smart contracts, of course, with things like know your customer, know your business, so KYC, KYB are those key kind of terms that you might see floating about. And that's really important for businesses to ensure that you are trustworthy as a person that's buying or selling. And that's then enforced into the blockchain, so you don't get all these fake scam companies or anything like that anymore. It's part of this anti-fraud system that crypto and blockchain provides, both through machine learning and AI algorithm. So having that integrated as well is a really key, important part to a lot of businesses, in my opinion. And you think of events as well, like if you're selling at events or you're just a stand-up pop-up person or you've got an independent store, this is really easy. And there's things like PundiX, for example, which isn't really worldwide yet. It's predominantly in Africa at the moment. Keep an eye on those guys as well. There was a bit of a nonsense thing with their token swap a few months ago that aggravated everyone, including myself. Similar principle, though, in terms of payment. But these guys seem to have nailed a hell of a lot, and especially with partnerships like Elrond in that background. We'll go into that in a bit more because it's not just about the blockchain integration. It's also about the ability to be able to use ESDT and eGold as payment structures as well. So we'll go into that. Cross-chain payments. So we kind of mentioned most of that as well. So all about kind of the swap tokenomics and the utilize of blockchain currencies as well, which literally just mentioned actually with Elrond. So we'll go into that in a second. And sort of picking up on the article that we picked out in Elrond video, that those that didn't watch it or haven't seen it yet, this is just the integration of being able to use eGold tokens and ESDT. ESDT, by the way, get involved in this. It's listed on PancakeSwap as of now, I believe. I'll just double check that. But later on in the year and into next year, so listing on an international exchange very soon in November. So keep an eye out for that. I might need to start getting used to how to use PancakeSwap just so I can get some of this, to be honest. But yeah, keep an eye on that. And then this big thing here, July 2022, list of different exchanges, so loads of different ones, including Binance potentially. CoinMarketCap being listed as well on 2022. So just keep an eye on this, guys. ESDT. So this is, I believe, Elrond's essentially cryptocurrency. We'll just have to go into this in a bit more detail, maybe on another video. This is exactly what I mean, guys. Like I go and talk about this stuff, and then all of a sudden I find a million other things to talk about as well. So just keep an eye on that aspect as well. Very nice visuals, etc. So yeah, that's pulling those two aspects in here, and of course being able to utilize the Elrond integration of the systems as well for the network to ensure the catalyst of accelerating a crypto adoption. So Elrond obviously an absolutely humongous project, 10,000 transactions per second, 5-second latency. So imagine paying for something in the shop. It's done, dusted. There's none in the background. Let's just explain something. So think about worldwide payments as well. Like you've maybe charge fees and things like this. That's all gone with this. You're paying with a transactional bridged system that is eradicating fees and problems with speed. And when you pay someone, even in your own country, you see it in your bank, but actually it takes like 5 to 7 days to actually complete that transaction in the back end. It's very energy consuming, time consuming for banks and the economy and everything like this. Everything's changing, guys. It's incredible. And that's why I love this integration. I love this bridging. It's absolutely phenomenal piece of information and kit. And I was just trying to find, I think it's around here actually. So here, yeah, the app, paying with the app, paying with POS systems in your store, utilizing either your smartphone or the piece of unit that they give you, the web, of course, for any things like Shopify, and a Visa card. Happy days. Guys, this is like, there's loads of wallets out there that are starting to really appease to me. I've just downloaded the Clever one, I've downloaded the Proton one, and there's part of me like some of these I'm thinking, and even like crypto.com, you sort of sit there and go, I actually feel a lot more confident now getting my money out of banks. This is not financial advice, obviously, but taking my money as soon as I get paid and start putting it all in exchange and using that, even in like from a stable coin perspective, savings and this, that and the other. It's just like the adoption, it's the transition, it's just everything's available to you, and you feel like you're powerful with your own money for once. Like you're not controlled, you're not worried about stuff going on. Like, of course, there's still regulation in inclusions to be coming even more, but we have to keep an eye on that for sure, and I think it's phenomenal. So I just wanted to bring this to your attention. In terms of the tokenomics, I think you can download the white paper, to be honest, if you get some time. I won't bore you to death with it, but we'll go through the tokenomics a second. So the ACH token is predominantly used for like essentially the fees. It's also used for a rewarding system, in the sense that when you make a transaction through Alchemy Pay, whether you're a business or an end user, you can actually receive ACH tokens. But it also allows you the voting rights from that governance aspect, if that makes sense. I think that you would maybe know that as DAO as well. So there's 10 billion supply of the token. Let's go to page 11 so we can skip straight through to this. So there's 10 billion supply, 38% of which is to stakeholders and 62% for utility. So you can imagine like the price of this Alchemy, as more and more people use this, and businesses in particular, the ACH token supply will obviously diminish as time goes by. And especially with the reward scheme, imagine taking that ACH and then converting it to a cryptocurrency. Yeah, it's almost like free money in that. It's like a cashback kind of thing in that aspect, but also used for many, many multiple other reasons as well. So really, really cool thing to think about when you're thinking about this token in particular. So really excited about this project, and I'm looking forward to the development of it. I want to go into the chart now, guys. Actually, like I said, check this white paper out if you want to do a bit more research. I think we covered most of the problems, to be honest. Obviously the goal would be quite simple, is to make things quicker, easier, efficient, more accessible, which we've kind of covered. And ecosystem we kind of covered as well. Roadmap we've covered a bit. So yeah, just take a look at the things we may have missed out on, or if you want to add any more information. It's always worth doing your own research on the project if you're thinking about investing in it. Don't just take my word for it. I just pick out nice things, obviously. That's why we're here. But do your own research. Let's go into the chart. I try and beat the time each time. I want to try and get a video done in 10 minutes, but I like talking about this stuff. So hopefully you enjoy it, and I'll put the timestamps in the comments below, so don't worry. So yeah, let's go into the chart here a second. Let's pull that up. Before you do, if you have found this video informative, please press the like button, subscribe to the channel if you've not done so already, and press that bell button to ensure you get notified of all the awesome videos coming your way. So let's go into the chart. I won't go into massive detail. We'll do that in a following video, as I would like to continue this as a project moving forward to look into more and more. So just pulling out this information here, 21st July, right? We've had a 16,430 plus % growth. 16,000. Could you imagine getting this token and getting on like PancakeSwap or whatever? I think PancakeSwap launched in August. This explains the horrendous. Well, not horrendous, it's actually great if you were holding it before. So all those stakeholders of the 38% we just mentioned. Congratulations. I'm sure some of them sold a bit off, or maybe they didn't because they realized what the potential is of this token. So way back here, of course, around, let's say, March time, tracking just under that 1 cent mark, 0.007 for those that are listening, not watching. They dipped all the way down to 0.001 in the 21st of July. Obviously the big market correction across the board, and then it absolutely flew up to, I believe, around 21 cents. So going from literally 1 cent, not even 1 cent, I'm going mad, a tenth of a cent to 21 cents. Could you imagine? I'll tell you what I'll do, just while we wait for that, I'm just going to put this in here. So let's just say you had maybe like one of these, and you opened the price up at, what was it, 0. I'm just going to put a calculation in here for you guys. So 0.001, and it's gone to 0.21. So if you just have one of them, you would have made 20 cents. Okay, so if you had let's say you had 1,000 of them, which would cost next to nothing really, at a cost of 0.001. So let's just put that in as well. So 1,000 divided, my maths is terrible. I could have worked that on myself, to be honest. So lazy. So let's say, for example, you've put in maybe not too much money. So yeah, if you got 1,000 of these at 0.001 and it went to 21 cents, that's $200 reward for that period of time. Absolutely amazing. So we're going to keep an eye on this, guys. Obviously there's going to be a correction, and you've got to be cautious as well, because yes, apart from these launch areas around here, we haven't really had any support mechanisms or resistance to really pick up on. The only levels I would really concentrate on potentially as drop down levels, arguably around here, and to an argument to say possibly around here. So I've drawn those levels in, and they're way down to where we are currently. Okay, so we're currently sort of, interestingly, come down to this level around sort of 6 cents. So that is really interesting. So we've gone from that 21 cent mark all the way down back to 6. We're tracking at 7.7 cents right now. So it's really interesting because actually we create stability around this level, and I'm just going to go into a bit more closer detail here, just so we can pick up on where we are. So we have retraced, of course, because of that big stratosphere growth, pulled down to the 6.5 cents. We've grown back up to 12, so people have actually doubled their money again as a minimum in that period of time. 125% growth between that point of 18th of August at 0.065 to 0.14 cents. That's crazy. And of course, we've had the pullback since then to our current position, which is a drop of 45%. Now, of course, there's an idea that usually sometimes you get that drop of arguably between 40 and 60% on a major correction. So there is an opportunity here, guys, in my opinion, if you wanted to look at potential buy opportunities. I think, like, this is not financial advice, of course, but in general, I feel that there's an opportunity to be coming in now, let alone later. If you believe in the project and you believe that it's long term, of course, there's plenty of opportunity. So if I just draw in here that bottom point from where we are now, so we've already hit arguably the 60% marks and potentially maybe more to come. The MACD is still in the bearish opportunity. The RSI is quite low. I would consider that to maybe come a tad lower, even though it did it a few days ago. But just be cautious of this movement before we start moving down a bit more. And then we can look at perhaps trying to find new support levels down at this area and see if we can push back up again. So let's see how it goes. I'm going to put in a couple of buy opportunities here for myself. It's not financial advice, but it's certainly something to think about. It's not to say that we'd definitely go down to these levels, but I do anticipate potentially coming down to these kind of areas here. maybe around here to test that area as well. And I'm going to be cheeky and stick one down here, but it's going to be very long haul from 1 cent. That's 21 cents to 1 cent. That would be horrific to see that. But it won't be instant. It will probably be over a gradual period of time. But I'm really interested to see how this goes. Like I said, I'm not going to do gigantic analysis on this. We'll do a video on this properly when I've had some time to look at it. But I'm just making some quick observations that hopefully you find informative. On that note, guys, we're going to wrap that up there. Let us know if you're holding ACH tokens in your portfolio. Let us know what you think of the project and where you think it's going for this year's bull run and also in the future. Guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.